Shalom.
Shalom.
I want to start by giving all praises, glory, and honor to
Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem Rukah Kadash.
I want to give double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, and salutation to the open elect that is pushing this word in the four corners, the highways and byways. Once again, all praises, glory, and honor to
Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem Rukah Kadash.
Alright, so we are the Hebrew Israelites. You already know by now. You know, these are the brothers of GMS Guyana coming in week in, week out, preach the downfall of Edom. Alright? You know, America and all these other Edomite power structures, they're gonna fall. Alright? Now just get into a brief lesson, you know, concerning certain things that are gonna come to pass in these times. Alright? You know, namely Esau, alright, gonna accuse the brotherhood and basically put us up on the media with a certain image, alright? Because there's a term called media image, alright? And Esau basically tried to paint everybody in a certain image. And one of the things that he tried to do is paint the Hebrew Israelites as one, alright? Which, you know, we got different groups, alright? And use the term black Hebrew Israelite, alright? You know, using the term alone actually, you know, gonna trigger certain things, because the first thing people hear when they, the first thing people think about when they hear the word black is nothing good.
That's
right. You wanna look up the definition of black? Read 2 Corinthians 15.
Yeah. This is what it is.
Yeah, go ahead.
2 Corinthians chapter 15 verse 1. It says, "Behold, speak thou in the ears of my people the words of prophecy, which I will put in thy mouth, say Yahweh."
Kind. Alright? Now we gotta speak all the prophecies, alright? You know, World War III, the mark of the beast, which is the RFID chip, alright? But we also gotta tell you about the smaller things as well. Alright? You know, Esau gonna try to demonize us. Alright, there's one of those things we got to tell you about as well.
Yeah. This is black in the word web app. It says being of the achromatic color of maximum darkness, having little or no hue, owing to absorption of almost all instant light. Definition 2. Marked by anger, resentment, or hostility.
Right. See? Read the back, huh?
That's marked by anger, resentment, or hostility.
Right. And there's the image that, you know, Esau tried to paint the Israelite as. Alright? You know, militant, alright, black, like a lot of women, which are, you know, this society being nice, right? Which the script saying nothing wrong about us. Alright?
Yeah. It says definition 3, or angry or cross. Definition 3, offering little or no hope, bleak, hopeless, or dim.
Yeah, can. Alright? And by this saying, using the term black Hebrew Israelite, it just make it seem, you know, counterfeit. Like, it got black Hebrew Israelites and, you know, white Hebrew Israelites.
Yeah.
Like, it make it seem like a made-up thing.
Yeah.
Right? Which we are not the black Hebrew Israelite. It's just the Hebrew Israelites.
Right.
Alright? That's our nationality. We're not Africans. We're not black. Alright? It's just Hebrew Israelites. Plain and simple.
Because there's no other race, if you will, that refer to themselves as Hebrew Israelites. No other group of people or organization that refer to themselves as Hebrew Israelites. So because Judah, which is of Negroid descendant, of dark skin, they can put the label as black, so you can specify that, yo, these niggas rising up for creating an organization and do something about it.
Yeah, can. Yeah, can. Right, and there's another thing too. They're trying to make it seem like it's just a so-called Negro thing, right? When most of the tribes is actually so-called Latin and Native American, right? and there's confusion of faces as well. Brothers not gonna look, like Edomites, so-called white people. Brothers gonna look like Moabites, so-called Chinese, all right? But these are things that Esau will do, put out in the media to try and demonize the Hebrew Israelites, all right?
Recently, it had a shooting where a guy shoot a cop, right?
Yeah.
And he's a part of Grandmaster J organization.
Yeah.
So Vocab Malone used he now and put he as a black Hebrew Israelite shoot a cop.
Yeah,
this them trying to demonize us.
Yeah, can. See?
Make us look like a terrorist organization.
Yeah, can. See, and those what we getting into. All right?
If you could add as well, right? Were they also implying or trying to what's the word looking for? Trying to like affiliate me with the Black Panthers as well. Because when you think about black, you think about the Black Panthers and got another one name, I can't remember the other two. But anyway, this just the particular word has a certain, like you said, a media
image.
A media image, yeah. Yeah, that's a good word, stigma, but the scripture refers to as a proper or a byword, Yeah. Piece more. It says definition 4, stemming from evil characteristics or forces, wicked or dishonorable. Alright? Dark or sinister. So this is how they got me down. Instead of being good for nothing, when we want to take photographs, we hardly smile and so forth. But if you at the bottom, you wouldn't smile either. If you're going through what we're going through, you won't smile either, like the guy from a Benjamite. It was a Jamaican artist that sing Look for August Stone. They got nothing to smile about. Some people was upset with these, like how you disrespect Jamaica like that. When they went and said that they got nothing to smile about, but the man was looking beyond we see. He gonna let this whole glamour, all these beach hotels and all these other stuff, paint the image that we okay. They ain't okay. Nobody ain't okay in this world. It says definition 5, it says of events having extremely dark, extremely unfortunate or dire consequences, bringing ruin, calamitous, disastrous, fatal, fateful, unfortunate. Definition 6, made black, especially with suffused blood, blackened, colored, colorful. Extremely, definition 7, extremely dark, a black moonless night through the pitch black woods.
Yeah, can. So it's basically something sinister when you hear this word black. All right.
Yeah, this is Revelation chapter 12 and verse 10. It says, and I heard a loud voice saying in heaven, now is come salvation and strength, the kingdom of all power, the power of it says the power of his Mashiach, for the accuser of our brethren is cast down, which accused them before our power day and night.
Yeah, can. All right. Because Esau, all right, when he do wickedness, he really accuse us to the Most High, because he pollutes everything, all right, but he's not spiritual, all right, so you don't understand why the Most High still dealing with us, but that's because the Most High made a promise, all right, and he not only accuse us to the Most High, but to basically everybody on the face of earth as well. It tells you in Isaiah 25 that he casts a covering cast over all nations, all right. So this image that he's pushing of the Hebrew Israelites is actually pushing it to everybody. Alright? But when the Mashiach comes back, Yahushua, even before he comes back, he's gonna give us that power to, break down the the stronghold that he have on our people. All right?
Precept read just now, Revelation.
12 and 10.
You know, and to destroy the covering cast. All right? But, you know, it goes back to, you know, prophecy as well. All right? Because the Most High did say that in this land we're going to become a proverb and a byword. All right? Get on?
Yeah.
I may add quick because just say it's Esau accused us of our power. But really and truly, Esau is the one who putting up all of these lies day and night about us. Because he's the accuser of our brethren. Right? He's the one who telling the lies. Right? Because the most I don't hear Esau. Right? Remember he's a serpent. You understand? He's the one like changing this image of Yahweh Bashim, Yahweh Shai, you know, changing the image of us, and he putting on what? Different, well, we making us what we call a stereotype. You know, when you look at a Jake, like for instance the Latinos them, right? They are looked at as the drugs dealers, you know. They don't look at us as no high value person, you know. So like I'm going into the black, right? You're going to the ghetto, you know. They're gonna talk about niggers, you know. But when you look up the word ghetto and all of these things, bro, we're the blessed people, you know. But this is what Esau do. Esau just changing, accusing us, you know. But we accuse us too. He's the one who created this black on black crime. You understand? He's the one who tell me because we out there, we're a truth group, right? But he's just saying that we's criminal. Right? Is he accusing us?
It's treason, we bring in treason.
Yeah. But go ahead, you get it.
Yeah, kind of. Label us as a hate group. No, and there's another accusation. For which we both hate and love, right?
We's a truth group. We be telling Esau about the truth. We be telling our people about the truth. But they can't take the truth. You understand? Well, like your brother said, we hate, but what we hate evil. In the scripture said that David is a man after the Most High heart. Yet David said, I hate them with perfect hatred because what? It's wickedness. Yeah, you get it.
Yeah. This is the Strong's definition for accuser in Revelation 12 and 13. It says G2725 Kate Agarus, an accuser, a name given to the devil by the rabbis. Right? Strong's definition from G2596 and G58 against one in the assembly that is a complainant at law, specifically Satan, accuser. So we're not accusing these white people. They first accuse us of being what? Savages. They accuse us to be primitive. They accuse us to be what's it? Anti-Semitic. No, it was something like back in slavery. They accuse us of being less than a man. You know? Among many other things. They accuse us to be this. I think they were even said to the point of we were meant to be slaves to them. You know?
I want you to read back the definition now.
It says their definition, an accuser, a name given to the devil by the rabbis.
And the serpent, he's considered the accuser.
That's right.
Right? Which is talking about the so-called white man. He's the accuser. And they go to say, given to the name devil, to the devil, which the devil upon the face of the earth is Esau. Right? He's the one, he's a deceiver. And that's what it means, deceiver. That's all the devil is there to do, to deceive us. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, and if the words is a compound word, right? And G2596 is down from, throughout, according to, toward, along, and G58 is an assembly, especially of the people. And that's exactly what we're doing, because the assembly of the people is agora, which means market, right? So when he go in the news and he said that we're black Hebrew Israelites, when he said that another black man robbed this place, another black man do this, another black man do that, that's him accusing them according to the public, all right? And as it says, according to what this witness say, they say it was a tall black man and he was doing this and so forth. And the list goes on. We don't need to expound any further. But it's just breaking down these words, let you know who exactly is the accuser. Yeah, John?
And you know, the literal American media, right? You know, like BBC and CNN, you know, those guys are, you know, the biggest part, you know, that Esau used to accuse brothers. Yeah. You see? All right?
There's Job chapter 15 and verse 5. For thy mouth shall utter iniquity, and thou consent the tongue of crafty. Thy own mouth condemn thee, and not I. Yet thy own lips testify against thee. So therefore Esau own mouth condemn him because what he accusing be wrong. When is he doing all them evil doer, all them evil things to us? The scripture says his own mouth testify against he, not we. I have one more precept. There's Matthew chapter 7 and verse Matthew chapter 7 verse 1. Judge not that ye shall be judge not that ye be judged, for whatsoever judgment ye judge, ye shall also judge, and whatsoever measure ye meet, it shall be measured to you again. And behold those that pluck MOT for Akio. Yeah. And why behold the moth that is in thy brother eye, but you want to read me? Starting for verse 1.
Matthew 7 and 1?
Yeah.
This is Matthew chapter 7 and verse 1. It says, judge not that ye be not judged, for with what judgment ye judge, ye shall be judged.
Judge me wrongfully and tell him what he can't do and what's from this to get. But the most I say, you get down penalty. Because he try to justify and say we shall be slave child forever. Most I say you can get the same judgment too. One.
It says, ye shall be judged, and with what measure ye meet, it shall be measured unto you. And why beholdest thou the mote in thy brother's eye, but considerest not the beam that is in thine own eye?
See, we are Esau's brother, and Esau don't see the beam in an eye. This so-called white man don't see the beam in them eye. They putting the bucket on our mouth and then blaming us. And then say, hey, you have a beam in your eye, but you don't see you have a big break in your eye.
If I could make a quick point, it's like how they talk about the guns and the drugs in the society. Hey, ain't no so-called black company that manufacture guns.
That's right.
Alright, we don't have the resources and the money to do such. Yeah. You is the person that make the guns and the drugs and then give it to the so-called Negro communities. Yeah. And they had a documentary where one of the biggest drug dealers back in the cocaine age, he come out and he tell you who he used to get it from, which was a so-called white man. Yeah. You understand? Those he pusher. Yeah. It says, in thy brother's eye, but considerest not the beam that is in thine own eye. Or how wilt thou say to thy brother, let me pull out the mote that is in thine eye.
So he start trying to say, hey, we there shooting each other, we there killing each other and stuff like that. He trying to pull out the mote out of our eyes. When he put our people against our own nation. So he trying to say, hey, y'all doing wrong. When is he doing them unrighteousness?
And behold, a beam is in thine own eye.
See, most I say, hey, you get more unrighteousness than you because why is you doing these things now, Jim?
It says, thou hypocrite, first cast out the beam out of thine own eye, and then thou shalt see clearly to cast out the mote out of thy brother's eye.
So you see, most I call you a hypocrite because he got a big beam in your eye. And then after you want to come and say correct me because he doing share unrighteousness. Nothing good he doing for us because scripture said you can help Jake's in vain. Meaning you just help him find this, try them more.
If I make quick, right? And he said don't have the ability to take out the mote out of his eyes because one of the reasons he was created to be the wicked. Right? The scriptures say your righteousness be shown, that favor be shown to the wicked, yet within our Lord righteousness. Yeah, I have a piece of favor, right?
Yeah, can't. Right? And it's true, we say, he speaking against the Hebrew Israelites, and accusing us is actually a death sentence on himself.
Yeah.
Alright?
Matthew?
Yeah.
Matthew chapter 17 and verse 5. It says, and who shall receive one such little child in my name receiveth me. But whosoever shall offend one of these little ones which believe in me, it were better for him that a millstone were hanged about his neck, and that he were drowned in the depth of the sea.
Yeah, God. See? So, Esau speaking, alright, on truth is actually a death sentence on himself.
Yeah.
Alright? Because the scripture said, touch not my prophet, do my anointed no harm. Alright? Because Esau would throw brothers in prison, which he already did wrongfully. Alright? He's gonna accuse brothers of things that they ain't do. Alright? And the Most High gonna recompense you for all those things. Alright? Yeah. Precept?
Yeah, come. This is 2nd Ezra chapter 16 and 49. It says, like as a whore, envy a right, honest and virtuous woman, and the right, honest and virtuous woman is done by the elect. Right? It says, so shall the righteousness hate iniquity, who she deck herself, and shall accuse her to her face. So this is the virtuous woman. Hey, we accusing the accuser to the face. We're not accusing, we confronting them to the face and telling them, hey, you're the devil of the earth. Right? Use the accuser of our brethren. And we're doing it to the face. Right? Like the internet right now, right? All of these videos we putting up on Esau watching that, it's hurting me. Yep. It's hurting me. All our people who waking up and now they're saying that they're Israelite and not black Hebrew Israelite. Because man, we ain't black, bro. Black means void. You understand? We have the rich soil, bro. Adam. You understand? We have the soil, bro. We beautiful. You understand? The scripture, the most I say, his heritage is like a speckled board.
Yep.
Talking about black. Yeah. Oh, let me finish this. See that? Yeah. Like you say, so shall the righteousness hate iniquity when she deck herself and shall accuse her to her face when he come that shall defend him that diligently search out every sin upon the earth. Is that? Yeah, okay.
There's Psalm chapter 94 and verse 16. Who shall rise up for me against the evildoer, or who shall stand up for me against the works of iniquity? And right now we standing up here, sir. stand up on the Most High fan and tell you, say, hey, they are the work of iniquity. We're doing all this evil one. We try to blame us for things one we never do.
Papa, could you read the back?
There's Psalms chapter 94 verse 16. Who shall rise up for me against the evildoer? Or who shall stand up for me against the workers of iniquity?
Alright? So to show that it's a battle, it's a fight. Alright? Like you said in 2nd Ezra, this is the condition of the battle. You gotta go low before you get the kingdom, or before you come up high. Alright? You gotta walk the narrow path before you get to the broad. Alright? And that's what we're doing. Alright? We're standing up against the accuser, alright, and bringing forth truth.
Yeah.
Truth against their lies. Alright?
Yeah, this is 2nd Ezra chapter 2 and verse 40. It says, take thy number, O Zion, and shut up those of thine that are clothed with white, which are fulfilled the law of Yahweh. The number of thy children, whom thou longest for, is fulfilled. Beseech the power of Yahweh, that thy people which have been called from the beginning may be hallowed. I, Ezra, saw upon the mount a great people whom I could not number, and they all praised the Most High with songs, and in the midst of them there was a...
Yeah, with Psalms, right? And this is the Psalms, alright, breaking down these scriptures the correct way. Alright?
Yeah, it says, and in the midst of them there was a young man of high stature, taller than all the rest, and upon every one of their heads he set crowns, and was more exalted, which I marveled at greatly. So I asked the angel and said, Sir, what are these? He answered and said unto me, These be they that have put off the mortal clothing, and put on the immortal, and have confessed the name of Yahweh. Now are they crowned and receive palms.
So, hey, just thinking about that gave you chills, receiving a crown from Yahweh Shai. Alright? The scripture said he's exalted above the others, alright? He's exalted above the 144,000. Alright? Just to be in the presence of Yahweh Shai, Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai gonna be, something in itself. Right? Right? But it goes on to say that, then began high to go ahead.
Yeah, jump to verse 47. It says, So he answered and said unto me, It is the Son of the Most High, whom they have confessed in the world. Then began I greatly to commend them that stood so stiffly for the name of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai.
Yeah, so you gotta stand up like a man, alright? For Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai.
That's right, brother.
You see? And it says stiffly, alright? What do you mean? They mean that it wasn't an easy fight. It wasn't an easy push back. It was a hard push back. But you gotta stand up your grounds. Stand your grounds like a man. All right.
To make you flinch. Can't let things make you flinch.
Yeah, it can.
That's why the movie 300 is a perfect depiction how they always say lift your shield and thrust your spear and fight with honor to the death. This is how they train up. This is how they train up soldiers specifically. They had many used to do sign jobs and so forth. And that's why Yahweh Shai was in the spirit as I'm about my father's business. This he came for primarily, but he was known for being a carpenter as well. But he was mainly known for being a prophet. And this is what we got doing this truth.
Hey, the Lord give up that too. The Lord give up that to be a carpenter, because he was an excellent carpenter. Right? The Lord gave that up to preach this gospel.
Hey, and I was listening to the story with Peter, right? Basically when Yahweh Shai tell you, when they was fishing and they didn't catch any fish, right? Yahweh Shai tell you, cast the net over on this side, right? And something that jumped out to me is that Peter was actually fishing for the carnal, all right? Because sometime in this life you could get caught up in the carnal, But Yahushua wanted them to fish for spiritual, you know. He was actually trying to get his daily bread, you know, by means of the carnal. But Yahushua said, no, come and do this work.